Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Mannschrecks.
It's a commentary on Christian life and culture from a pastor's wife and her sidekick.
You know, I was like, we have to be energetic at the beginning of the episode, but we're like cozy. You got your blanket.
I'm sorry, I'm cold. I suddenly got chilled and...
This is going to be the calm, soothing episode of the Mannschrecks.
Welcome to another episode of the Mannschrecks. This is Thought for Your Thoughts.
Yeah, Derry Mervils or whatever his name is from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec fans.
We play jazz on top of jazz.
Studies show that our listeners really like jazz.
Oh man. All right. I am so ready. Are you ready?
I think so.
Let's dive in. Let's approach the news desk. I'll let you go first.
Okay. All right. So my first story tonight is rather interesting, and the headline simply says, "The National Park Service wants humans to stop licking this toad."
That's so gross.
But look at the picture of the frog on the...
That's like a horror story. It's creepy.
It's a black and white motion sensor camera of the toad staring into your soul.
Yeah, his eyes are all like... Ugh.
At Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument in Arizona. So apparently the National Park Service has added not licking this toad to its various warnings for park visitors. So it says, as we say with most things you come across in a national park, whether it be a banana slug, unfamiliar mushroom, or a large toad with glowing eyes in the dead of night, please refrain from licking, they said on their Facebook. So it's also known as a Colorado river toad, and it's about 7 inches in size. That's a pretty decently sized frog.
Why it's wow, okay, yeah. Actually.
7 inches. Jeez, okay, it's fairly large, but it secretes a potent toxin that can make people sick if they touch or get it in their mouth. However, it also contains a powerful hallucinogenic known as 5-MeO.DMT, and
that's a
smoking. In recent years, smoking the amphibian secretions has grown in popularity.
Ew.
Drug collectors collectors want to use the animal for drug use. So people have been catching this animal and using it, extracting its toxins to,
They get high off of licking toads?
Yeah, it's a strong hallucinogenic drug.
Humans are
so they're going in there and they're licking the toad.
That's so gross. Like, I mean, I think it's really fun. Like, if you like a little boy, like, I found a frog or I caught a toad, like, but now you've got like grown adults.
But listen to this. So it says a number of public figures have reported experimenting with the toad's extracted toxins. Boxing legend Mike Tyson has spoken about it.
What are you doing?
And some researchers have even begun to study it for its potential therapeutic benefits. President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has written about therapy using this toad's secretions as a form of addiction treatment. Okay, that's really obscure, but okay.
I'm the president. You have to stop licking toads.
Oh my gosh, it's just so weird. I mean, I never in my life have I thought, oh gosh, I really want to lick this toad. But never in my life have I thought, oh, that toad is toxic. Now I really want to lick it. Like,
oh my gosh. Well, and they're smoking the secretion, so somehow they're like getting the so licking the toads is one way to get
Apparently.
that effect. But it sounds like they're also finding ways to like get the stuff off the toad.
To like toxin. Extract it. It's just a whole new level.
Oh man, people are just so weird, and I just our need to escape reality through by doing the most bizarre things.
It's just ridiculous.
Wow.
It rates right up there with the whole people who were maybe not going to be allowed to get Ready Whip at the store because,
Yeah, because they turn them into whippets.
Oh my gosh, I just can't. People are so special.
A toad, that's weird, isn't it? Didn't it used to be like that people were afraid to do that because like toads give you warts or something like that? There used to be like a belief.
That's true.
And if you had warts, you were like a witch or something with the witch trials or something.
Oof, yeah. Well, now we seem to have debunked that in favor of,
licking
the toxins.
All right, my news story. When these London balls rolled down, motorists were forced to take evasive action. Photos and clips shared online show the balls coming down the path of oncoming traffic, according to the reports. It was initially unclear which store display the loose balls broke free from. So, basically what happened is 2 giant fake ornaments right, Christmas decorations were
Wow.
spotted rolling down Tottenham Court Road in the early hours of November 1st. The glittery decorations, which were much larger than cars, tumbled through central London, propelled by the high winds. So you know those like giant displays in the big stores, and they have the ornaments literally bigger than cars. They broke free and were rolling down the street in London.
I hope someone dressed like Indiana Jones was running in front of them.
That's the best cosplay I've ever heard of.
I really hope that happens somewhere.
Photos and clips shared online showed the balls coming into the path of oncoming traffic. According to the reports, it was unclear where they broke free from. Drivers were seen taking evasive action to dodge the large baubles.
That is... baubles.
One of the clips showed a ball colliding with a lamppost to lose its outer silver covering. A delivery driver was seen veering out of the path and entering the pavement from being hit.
Wow. Wow, bigger than cars?
But it seems like if they're getting blown around by the wind, they're probably pretty lightweight.
They must be.
And they hit the light pole.
So mostly it's just you're trying to evade it because you just don't want it to hit you.
Oh, look at this. It says on Twitter, the giant balls reminded them of the opening sequence from Raiders of the Lost Ark, where Indiana Jones, played by Harrison Ford, had to save himself from a large rock shaped like a ball. That is amazing. I'm so glad they ended the article with a little bit of like...
That's so... I would love to see that. Like, I wonder if
there's video.
I'll have to
I'll post it because...
That's awesome.
It caused chaos in the streets of London. Storefront displays, and that, boys and girls, is why you don't decorate.
I was just going to say, this is a very clear sign why you should not be decorating so soon. It's not Christmas.
Don't decorate until after
I bet it was
Thanksgiving.
some giant turkey somewhere that kicked those things out.
Yeah, it was like, this is
get
my
out of
one.
here. This is my territory.
Although, I'll say, I feel like there are rules, right? There's October's for Halloween, November's for Thanksgiving, and December's for Christmas. But
Legalistic, JJ.
I suppose you have taken a different tact in the approaching of the holiday spirit.
I just feel that if you want to be happy, just be happy. You don't have to be grumpy about it. And,
it's true.
Make weird rules that, apply to everybody else. That
I make all the rules. Everybody else has to follow the rules.
I like to. I have to say this. I went grocery shopping tonight, and on my way home from the grocery store, I was changing radio stations trying to find something to listen to, and the amount of radio stations that are playing holiday music already is shocking, especially because I walked out of Aldi and it was still like 60 degrees out, and I'm like, it's November but it's 60 degrees, but we're listening to Baby It's Cold Outside, and it just didn't feel quite right. So
it's true. If the weather
I will
wasn't
push
cold,
back on the Christmas music in that way, but
yeah, I do. I love Christmas music, and I think it's just such a unfortunate thing that it has to be restricted to like this one season, because it's like in church I have so many fun Christmas hymns. Like, I love Christmas songs, but you only do 2-3 songs a week, and you've got like 30 songs to pick from, and each year there's some that are just not going to get sung, and I think that's a tragedy. So
you're also talking about singing Christmas songs in Advent, which are two different things. You can't sing Christmas songs during Advent, JJ.
Yes, you can.
You can only sing Advent songs during Advent.
I'm guessing there's a big chunk of folk who have no idea that those are different things.
Okay.
Advent is just like, that's Christmas, right?
Study your liturgical calendar and we'll understand.
Yeah, sure.
But I do think it's interesting, and I really would love to see this video now. These giant Christmas ornaments rolling down street in London.
Rolling down Main Street in London.
In this story, it says simply, lottery winner dons mascot costume to hide jackpot from family. In China, a lottery winner wore a mascot costume to claim his $30.6 million lottery jackpot in order to keep his wife and children from finding out about the prize.
His wife and children?
Yep. So the Guangxi Welfare Lottery said the man, identified only by the pseudonym Li, has been playing the lottery for 10 years, and they gave the numbers that he usually plays with, so now this man can never play with those numbers ever again. He recently spent $11 to buy 40 tickets bearing his lucky numbers for the same drawing, and each ticket ended up winning $765,000 for a total of $30.6 million.
Wow. So he won $30 million.
He showed up collecting his prize wearing a bright yellow cartoon mascot costume to keep his jackpot a secret from his family. No, he's like a bird.
Oh.
Look, here's the picture.
A bright yellow...
Or not even a bird. It looks... I thought it was a bird at first. It literally looks like some sort of candle or something.
Oh, that's weird.
It's just a random cartoony looking character.
Dressed up in a mascot costume.
He says, I've not told my wife or children. I am concerned that they might feel superior to other people and will not work or study hard in the future. So he's worried about them not being respectable human beings anymore once they find out he won the lottery.
I mean, that does seem to happen.
It says he
winners.
Donated some of his winnings to a lottery fund that supports vulnerable communities in China. He said he does not have plans for the rest of his money.
Oh, man. That's kind of like a very timely story. I know this is coming out on Friday. As of right now, the lottery, the Powerball is up to 1.9 billion. It's the largest lottery in the world. The world Guinness record, whatever.
That's crazy.
You're almost at $2 billion, and I know that like half of it doesn't go home.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the the take home lump sum is like 800 million or $1 billion, basically.
I mean,
Whew.
That's just an exorbitant amount of money. Like it's shocking to me. And you know how many more people are going to buy a ticket tonight because they know so how big. High it is.
Yep, it's ridiculous. I just.
Oh, man. When are the drawings for? Like when do they draw?
I think Powerball. I don't know. One of them's on like Monday and Wednesday, and one of them's like Tuesday and Thursday or something.
I'm so curious to see how high it gets.
I don't really play the lottery all that much.
Right. Yeah. I'm. Well, and I definitely can't imagine. Okay, so I can kind of see wanting to hide your identity so that you don't have people coming out asking you for money.
Anonymous retrieval.
But to hide it from your family, that's a whole nother level. Like,
I don't want them to act superior. A little bit. Do you just?
But it kind of seems like you really don't want to share with them. I think it kind of seems like that, and I get it. Like, I don't want my family to feel that they're entitled and they don't have to participate in things just because we got all this money.
I still want them to work hard, and I want them to study.
I feel like there's a better, more transparent way of dealing with that situation.
Yeah. Boy, he won $30 million. That even feels like a massive.
It is a massive amount of money.
And in America, we just have to blow it out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
The lottery is crazy, but. So I kind of love what he did though. I totally like. It's such a because I think and I don't know what it is over. You said this was in China.
In China, yeah.
So I don't know like how their system is. I'm pretty sure you're able to anonymously claim your ticket in America. Like if you win the Powerball, we're not gonna ever find out who that person is, right?
Oh, right.
It's totally gonna be anonymous, and that's normal. But to do it in such a creative way of putting on a mascot costume.
It didn't use his real name, for any of the stuff, and like is wearing this costume.
It just looks like a big candle.
He did. It's just such a goofy thing, but
that's awesome.
Hey,
I love it. That is really funny. All right, so Piet Mondrian artwork displayed upside down for 75 years. I feel bad that I don't know how to say this guy's name, but this is the problem with modern art. An artwork by an abstract Dutch painter, and I hope I'm saying it right, Piet Mondrian, has been hanging upside down in various galleries for 75 years, an art historian has said. Despite the recent discovery, and this is the part that cracks me up, the work, entitled New York City 1, will continue to be displayed the wrong way to avoid it being damaged.
Oh, no.
They can't flip it over because somehow that will damage it. It kind of looks like it's just like a white canvas with like ribbons on it, like some red ribbons and some yellow ribbons and some blue. Okay. And they just kind of crisscross and make a grid. So it's like in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in 1941, picture was first put on display in New York's MoMA, Museum of
Modern Art.
Modern Art, yeah. Manhattan Museum? No.
Oh, it's just a museum of
modern art. Museum of Modern Art in 1945. It was hung at the art collection of the German state of North Rhine-Westphalia in Dusseldorf since 1980. But curator Suzanne Meyer-Busser noticed the long-standing error when she was researching the museum's new show on the artist earlier this year. But she was warned that it could disintegrate if it was hung the right side up.
Oh my God. Because it's been hanging upside down for so long, it would totally change the...
Yeah, so it's an adhesive tape version of the similarly named New York City painting by the same artist. So I guess it's tape on the canvas. He painted this thing, and then he made another one that's made of tape. And the tape is brittle, and if you flip it, it will crumble the tape. The thickening of the grid should be at the top, like a dark sky, she told The Guardian, about the unfinished and unsigned red, blue, and yellow striped lattice artwork. Once I pointed it out to the other curators, we realized it was very obvious. It's very likely the picture is the wrong way around. The evidence seemed to bear this theory out, as a similarly named New York City, which is on the display at Paris's Centre Pompidou, displays a thickening of lines at the top rather than at the bottom. Furthermore, a photograph of the influential Dutchman's studio taken days after his death shows the same picture sitting on an easel the other way up. So there's kind of a lot of evidence that they've been doing.
And they just now noticed it. That's shameful.
Now figured it out.
Wow.
This is the trouble with modern art. It's so abstract. You don't even know if what you're looking at is upright or upside down or any, like.
I do, yeah.
It cracks me up, but also makes me kind of groan. Modern art, and I just am like this uncultured swine who doesn't appreciate.
Oh, I know I'm an uncultured swine, but really, when I look at something and I'm like, that looks like a potato chip, and then you're like, oh, wait, somebody just dropped their lunch.
Deep,
you're like, no, that really is the art, and you're like, really? Okay. I guess.
And I have had, I've gone to different art exhibits and stuff. I love, going to Art Prize in Grand Rapids.
Oh, yeah.
And when you go, there are some pieces that really speak to me. And I look at it and I'm like, well, it's really weird. There's nothing special about it, but it just jumps at me. So I always kind of assume it's like, okay, it must jump at that person. Like someone who really appreciates it. But just the fact that it's been upside down
that's
all
just so,
along.
I can't imagine the realization, oh my gosh, it's been this way for 75 years and we're just not realizing it.
And we cannot fix it.
Oh my gosh.
That's the part that kicks.
That is just.
I love that.
I can't. Well, it's here now. This is where it's going to stay.
All right. Are you ready for the sponsor of your life? As our returning listeners already know, we have a tiny little podcast that has no sponsorship. We have no professional anything. And so we don't have any advertisers coming knocking on our door saying, hey, we would love you to talk about our stuff. But our lives are filled with wonderful and awesome products that we would like to pump up for free. These are just things in our life that sponsor us. We just think that they're amazing, and we would advertise them if they paid us, but nobody's paying us. So what do you got?
All right, so this past weekend on Friday with my family, we went down to Shipshewana, Indiana.
Yay!
And we used to go there a lot when I was a kid. Growing up, we went to the flea market and we would go shopping and all that. But we went there this past weekend, and I just really, I don't know, it's a fun little place. Very touristy, more popular with the elderly and aging crowd, which, I guess I would consider myself a part of because I really enjoy it and I always have. So it's just a fun place to go. I really enjoy the different handmade things that are down there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so, it's very high quality. Yeah. It's expensive stuff.
It is. It's definitely, they're definitely marketing a lot off that, banking on tourists coming and going down there. But it's good. We hit up the cheese houses and get all the cheese and meat, and
I love it.
Yeah, it's just a good day. So
it was so much fun. We just we took the kids and we just explored all the different shops, and we wandered around, and then we got in the car and drove over to another place and explored more shops, and then we topped it off with a huge meal. Oh my gosh, I was exploding. All in all, a fantastic day. The boys had a good time, got to hang out with the cousins, and Shipshewana that's in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
That was a very good time. All right. Let's see. Sponsoring my life, and I always hesitate to promote a book that I haven't finished yet. I don't normally try to promote books that I haven't completed yet, but I've started this one and it's really, really good. It's by Rick Richardson, and the foreword's by Ed Stetzer. It's Billy Graham Institute, coming out of Wheaton College. They're both professors there, and it's a book about relational evangelism and how we can reach into other people's lives. But the first part of it is really amazing because what it's doing is it's tearing apart our preconceived notions of how hostile people are to the church. Because so many church leaders, myself included, we assume that the culture and everybody outside the church is mad at us, and nobody likes us because we're Christians, and everybody's mad at us because they just don't believe what we believe. But the reality, actual studies show that most people in our culture are actually super open to religion and super open to hearing about Jesus if it's something you care about. If you just show them that you care and you have a relationship, people are very open to talking about their faith. And I just find it incredibly hopeful, and it's an aspect of religious life that I think is overlooked. Most churches don't do this. We don't know how to engage and talk about our faith and be like, hey, what do you believe, and can we talk about that?
That's true,
So I'm really enjoying the book. It's giving me a ton of hope, and I'm enjoying the way that they're tearing down some of the just assumptions. When you just assume, oh, everybody on the other side hates me. It's like, well, have you ever talked to them? You know, and I think this goes beyond just like evangelism in the church, and that's what this book is about. But I think it goes into politics too. It's like, well, I'm a Republican, so all the Democrats hate me, or I'm a Democrat, so all the Republicans hate me. And it's like, well, have you ever talked to them? You know, like I think there's a lot more common ground with other humans than we assume, because our world is so like polarized. So I've been eating this book up. I'm listening to it on an audiobook every time I go for a run. I'm really enjoying it. So it's a book called You Found Me by Rick Richardson.
Rick.
I can't say his name. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Rick Richardson.
Is it very long?
Yeah, I don't know. On audiobook, it's like 7.5 hours.
Okay, so it's decent length.
It's not that long though. There are much longer books out there. But yeah, it's pretty sizable, I would say.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but it is, so good. All right, it's time for another round of one of our favorite games, My Off-Brand Childhood. Today, we are returning with My Off-Brand Childhood. If you've never heard us play this game before, we love playing these different games. And the way this game works is we come up with off-brand versions of various things. We have done this in the past. We did My Off-Brand Childhood, where we talked about contemporary Christian songs, and we took the titles of songs, and then we came up with the off-brand version. And then we did, what was the next one we did? We did My Off-Brand
movies.
And movies. Yeah, the that's right. We came up with off-brand versions of kids' movies and favorite movies and that kind of stuff. And this time we're doing My Off-Brand Childhood children's books. And so we're going to try and figure out what the other person is saying, and they are describing the off-brand version of something. Sorry, that was like the worst explanation ever,
okay.
but go for it.
Oh, so you just want me to read my first one?
Yeah, you want to go first? We'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, and you'll guess what.
Yeah. So let me give you an example one, because we were talking about this earlier. So the childhood series, The Mystery Fellas.
The Hardy Boys.
That could be the Hardy Boys. There we go.
All right.
All right. Go ahead.
So we're assuming that these are all like children's book series.
Yeah, I have a few that are like young adult or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did mention this one earlier when I was talking about my just brainstorming this. Little Mansion in the Meadow.
That's gotta be Little House on the
Should have
Prairie.
said Small Mansion in the Meadow.
Mansion in the Meadow.
Yes. Very very good. Very good. All right. You got one.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna do this one. I am very proud of this one. Clifton, the Large Crimson Canine.
Clifton the Large. I see. I did not do this one because I couldn't think of a good alternative for Clifford, but Clifford the big red dog.
I was so proud of Crimson
That's really
Canine.
good.
In fact, I think maybe the author should change it. It should be Crimson.
I think the next one that I have on my list should be the actual title of the book, The Feline in a Fez.
Fez? Like the little hat? Oh! It's not Puss in Boots.
The Feline in a Fez.
Cat in the Hat.
I think they should rename it that.
I'll call up Dr. Seuss, who died famously years ago. All right, how about Dictionary Blue?
Encyclopedia Brown.
Encyclopedia Brown,
That's
the
good.
off-brand
That's
version.
good. You read those with the boys, right?
I did, yeah. They liked them, but they were a little bit over their head. They did
A little
not
bit. They're just a
understand.
little bit too complicated. They weren't able to quite pull it apart.
All right, you got another one?
I do. The Caretakers Group.
Babysitter's Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Nice.
Yes. Good job.
All right, I can't tell if this one is funny or dumb. Flesh Pimples.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Nice job. Goosebumps, yeah.
Yeah. Although Flesh
yeah.
Pimples is much grosser.
Flesh Pimples sounds disgusting. And
I think there was like a book I read where they described Goosebumps as flesh pimples, and
I've never ever thought of Goosebumps like flesh pimples.
Fever, scared pimples or something.
Scared pimples.
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Any others?
Oh yes, The Enchanted Yellow Vehicle.
Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yes.
All right, General Boxer Briefs.
Captain Underpants. General Boxer Briefs.
It's like
You
Captain
should
Crunch
pitch that
the
name to your kids because they love Captain
General
Underpants.
Boxer Briefs.
Oh boy.
Be good. Yep, I like that.
Oh boy. Okay, so this one's not very good because I couldn't think of an alternative for one of the words. So, how do you say the word? The annals? The annals?
annals.
Annals? The annals of
Yeah.
Aslan.
The Annals of Aslan. Ooh, I like that, actually.
kinda
The
like it.
alliteration makes it good.
Yeah.
That's definitely Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes, it is, sir.
Let's see. Okay, so this one's a little tricky because I went with a different understanding. So, Macaron, Alone in Paris. Macaron is the off-brand version of this childhood story.
Oh, Madeline.
Madeline!
Oh,
Do you get
that's
it?
cute. I do get it
Madeline,
because it
that's
is a type of cookie,
right?
Yeah. Yep. That's good. I
I
like
was
that.
trying to be clever. I was trying.
All right. A succession of hapless occurrences.
That's got to be a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, that's my last one too.
Succession of hapless.
I wish
like
I'd
that.
come up with more, but that was
Let's see. I have one more. No, I have two more.
okay.
The Hangry Trials.
The Hunger Games, the Hangry Trials. Somebody give him a Snickers.
This is why they're killing each other. They're just mad. Rat in a Race Car.
Mouse on a motorcycle.
Mouse on a Motorcycle. Beverly
Oh,
Cleary.
that's cute.
Love it. Journal of a Whiny Child.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, I felt like that one wasn't that clever.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's funny.
Give me half a second. Let me see if the internet came up with anything fun.
Did you ask
I
your Twitter?
did. I threw it out.
I was gonna say we should post this as like a hey guys, now send us your good ideas for off-brand childhood books.
The Leopard, the Sorceress, and the Closet.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Leopard.
Lots of different fish. By Nurse Practitioner Sauce. it's one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Lots
By
of
Dr. Seuss.
nurse practitioner. Oh boy.
Hank Putter and the Moderately Successful Illusionist Rock.
Harry Potter. And the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, the
Illusionist Rock. Why is that so funny?
I'm still enjoying the Leopard, Sorceress, and the Closet. Wardrobe just sounds so much cooler.
It does. The Closet.
All right, I'm not actually sure about this one. It's the place where misbehaving creatures hide.
Where the wild things are?
Oh, yes, where the place where the wild misbehaving creatures. Yeah, totally. The place where misbehaving creatures hide is the off-brand version of where the wild things are. I'm sure people will post more. I just posted this like a half an hour ago, and that we already got a bunch of responses. So I will look forward to seeing more.
Yeah,
of them.
that's fun. That's fun.
I love that game.
I do.
Solid stuff.
Good one.
All right, you feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to our goofy little podcast. We love making it. We hope you enjoy listening to it. It has no point, and that's just why we love doing it. So if you wanted to... I don't know. Is that what else am I supposed to say?
Don't forget to check us out on social media. There's a whole bunch of great places you can check us out on. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. You know, leave us a review. It helps with the algorithm, gets more likes and shares and all that good stuff. So, yeah. That's all about us.
I feel like we're concluding on kind of a sleepy note. I'm just sort of like...
This time change is killing me, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I woke up at 4:00 this morning, and I frantically jumped out of bed and thought I was waking up at 5:00. And
yeah, because you've changed every clock in the house except the one in our bedroom.
yeah, which I never used that clock to wake up, but my brain told me it was time to get up, and I jumped out of bed and ran to make coffee and looked at the clock and said, "What the heck? It's only 4." And yeah, so I'm super tired today.
Oh, man. So, yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, definitely leave us a review. Thank you to Music Time for the use of our theme song. We're just all jumbled up on our normal script, but that's okay. But can you just help us close out and finish up tonight with a mom joke?
All right, so... Oh, okay, here we go. So have you heard about corduroy pillows?
Yes. No.
They're making headlines.
Yeah, that's what it was. I had heard that one before.
Shoot, okay.
Oh, that's great.
Not quite so good. Sorry.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.
See you guys.